So we've been talking about reviews in a few of these videos and how important they are to not only acknowledge that there are reviews online.
Yep, there are.
There are.
You can't avoid it.
You can't avoid it. But now we're going to talk about some tactics for best practices to respond to those reviews on multiple different channels.
So what do you mean by respond?
Yeah, so responding means literally getting in there, opening, seeing that there's a review or a recommendation on Facebook, and writing
and
either
responding to it.
Responding, like you can click comment or add
And
post.
So why are you advising clients to respond to reviews? I mean, if I've got like a siding company or a roofing company and somebody leaves me a great review, isn't that what I wanted? Why do I have to respond to?
Absolutely. The good, the bad, you need to respond to them. Positive reviews, that's an easy one. So I'll talk about that for a quick second. Positive reviews, you just get back on there. You say, thank you, whoever.
Thank you for your business.
Yeah, thank you for your business. And if possible, they may have already mentioned, the reviewer, your previous customer may have already mentioned the product or the service that you provided for them. A great, quick SEO tactic is to also mention that product or service. So
that would actually be, I guess, maybe more important on like a Google review or another platform.
Google for sure, yes.
So let's say somebody says, hey, Bob did a great job installing those windows. His crew came in. They cleaned up after themselves. We love this company. Yeah. Well, then they didn't mention your company name. They only mentioned your installer by his first name. They didn't mention the product. They didn't mention maybe a promotional sale. No. So as the owner or as someone, doing the marketing for a home improvement company, if you go in and say, so how would you craft that response?
Yeah, a quick response would be, hey, thanks so much, Mr. Jones. I am so happy that you're enjoying your new window installation from
XYZ company.
Yeah. Looking forward to maybe working with you again in the future.
So really simple and sweet.
Yeah.
So with that response, what you've done is you've inserted your company name.
Yep.
You've shown other future prospective customers that, from a management perspective, you're very active and involved online.
Yep.
They see a two-way communication. And then, like you said, from an SEO perspective, you've plugged your company name and your product name in that review that, while it was positive, may not have mentioned some of those things.
Google likes that.
And Google does like that. So would that also be true on like a Guild Quality or a Home Advisor?
So I don't think you can actually respond to reviews on those platforms. Definitely monitor them and you can share them, and we'll talk about that later.
This is why she's the expert.
But you can respond on Facebook to recommendations. Speaking of responding and kind of transitioning to negative reviews, I know.
Again, they exist.
Yes, they exist. So, famous question that we get a lot of the time is, remove that review. Can you please remove that review for me?
You can't do it. Most of the time, our answer is, we're really sorry. We don't control the internet.
No. And you can report most of the reviews if they are completely fabricated. You never worked with that customer or that person before. Cursing usually knocks them out.
Right.
But 9 times out of 10, Google, Facebook, they're going to see that you reported a review, and there's not much you can do other than respond and acknowledge that.
So take it offline.
Yeah, I love that. The quickest and fastest tip that we can give you is, if there's a negative review, whether it's Facebook, Google,
get that conversation off the internet as fast as possible.
Yes.
As the owner or the manager or someone who's monitoring your profiles and your platforms online, a quick response. Dear Mr. Jones, we're so sorry you had a bad experience. Here's our direct line. Contact us. So that's one way to do it. Or if they really were a customer, then you should have their contact information. And then your response is short and sweet and to the point. Dear Mr. Jones, we're so sorry you had a bad experience. We'll be reaching out to you later today to resolve this issue. Done. Do not tangle with these people online.
Don't.
Believe us, our sympathies are with you. We know that some people can be a little unreasonable. We know that you probably there's a backstory to that project. Don't air it online. You'll lose.
So this is a quick tip. So you can't technically remove a review, but if you were to acknowledge that review and then the customer was to tangle with you in a comment below, and this is on Facebook, you can delete or hide that. So that's comment. Only the comment.
But not the actual review.
So again, take it offline, respond, acknowledge. If they continue to tangle, you can hide it, but then handle it from there to the best of your abilities.
And then this kind of goes back to one of our earlier reviews about understanding that people are reviewing companies online whether you know it or not.
Yeah.
And if you actively have a program where you're soliciting positive reviews from other customers, then that one negative review is going to be a small percentage of your overall reviews.
Absolutely.
So if you're not managing reviews and you have no program to get good reviews, that one bad review is going to be the only thing that people can see. If, on the other hand, you've got one bad review out of 97 good reviews, then a reasonable prospect will weigh the balance, see that you responded, see that you were, an attentive owner or manager, that you reached out to that customer, that you care, and a reasonable person looking at the sum total of all of your reviews will be like, oh, this looks like a business that's responsive, and that. Even when someone has a problem, they try to take care of the problem.
Absolutely. So, longer video, but we care a lot about this. It's important.
It is important.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks.